So you've probably heard it 100 times by now. You can't get insurance in Florida. And if you can, you probably can't afford it. And if you're researching your move to Tampa Bay right now, that one sentence is probably the thing keeping you up at night. More than the hurricanes, more than the schools, more than whether your kids will like it here or not. And I totally get it. And here's the part that no one really wants to tell you. The law in Florida actually protects you on this. There's a statute that says insurance companies can't drop you just because the roof is getting older. But the law and what's actually happening on the ground, those can be two different things. And there are two specific moves insurance companies are making right now that the law was supposed to prevent. And most people buying a home here have no idea they're walking into either one. And if you're already set on moving to Tampa Bay and you're trying to figure out how to actually pull this off without getting blindsided by crazy insurance rates, then stay with me. This video is going to be for you. And real quick, before we go any further, I want you to know that I am not an attorney. I'm a real estate agent, and nothing in this video is legal advice. But this is what we're seeing at the ground level with the families we're helping relocate here. So now that we got the legalese out of the way, let's get into what's actually going on. And if we've never met before, my name is Juan Alcala, and a little over 7.5 years ago, my wife Kate and I packed up our family of 5, sold almost everything we own, moved 1,200 miles south here to the greater Tampa Bay area, and have been loving it ever since. We've also helped over 200 families make the exact same move. And I'll share with you what I tell every one of them on our Zoom call when we first meet. The insurance challenges are real, but they are solvable. You just have to know how to approach them. And the people who struggle with this are the ones who don't know what's actually happening until they're already under contract to buy a home 2 to 3 weeks later. But the people who do this well, they know exactly what to look for before they even write an offer. And that's the whole game. So let me show you what the rules say, and then what's actually happening and how you can tell the difference. So the first thing we're going to start with is what the law actually says. And here's the rule. Florida has a statute. It's called 627.7011. A whole bunch of gibberish. You don't need to remember that number. And what it really says is this: if your roof is less than 15 years old, an insurance company is not allowed to refuse you a policy because of how old the roof is. And if your roof is 15 years or older, you have the right to get it inspected. And if that inspector says that the roof has at least 5 more years of useful life, the insurance company still legally has to cover you. Now that sounds great, right? And on paper, that's a really strong protection for you as a homeowner, but here's the problem. The law tells the insurance company what they can't do for the reasons of the roof age. It does not tell them what they can do for other reasons, and that's the loophole. And that's where this whole thing really gets sticky, because insurance companies in Florida figured out something really fast. They can't say no to you because your roof is 12 years old, but they can absolutely say no to you because of what they find when they go look at it. And that brings us to the very first trap, and that's what we call the roof trap. When you buy a home in Florida, you have the right to have a private home inspection, and I strongly encourage you to do that. And this is the part where most people moving out of state are familiar with, right? They've purchased a home before, they understand that they should have a private inspection. But what most people don't know who are relocating here is there are 2 more inspections that happen, and these are the ones the insurance companies actually care about. And the first one is what's known as the 4-point inspection. And it's exactly what it sounds like. An inspector is going to look at 4 things. These are the 4 main health systems of a home. We're talking about structural, including the roof, the electrical system, the plumbing, and here the air conditioner, because most of us don't have heat, and that's it. The second one is what's known as a wind mitigation inspection, and this is the one that's the heavy hitter. The inspector is going to go up on the roof, they check out what it's built out of, how it's actually attached to the home, and most importantly, they put a number on it. And that number they give it says this roof has maybe 10 years left of useful life. Or they might say it only has 5 left, and that number is the whole ballgame. Because here's what actually happens. Let's say you find a house you love. Great neighborhood, right schools, good price. The seller's disclosures say the roof was put on 12 years ago. You're feeling pretty good. The law says you're protected, right? The roof is under 15 years. And the inspector's up there doing the wind mitt, and they notice some granule loss because this is an asphalt roof. Maybe some shingles are a little curled on the south-facing side of the home because that's where it gets the most sun. Nothing that would leak, nothing that a regular home inspector would ever even mention necessarily. And the insurance company turns around and says, we're not going to insure this home, not because the roof is too old, they can't say that, But what they can say is because of the condition, and that's completely legal. So now you've presented with a real problem, and here's why. Your mortgage company will not close on a house without insurance. No insurance, no loan. No loan, no house. And now that clock is ticking on your purchase contract. And that's the trap. And it's happening in Tampa Bay every single day, every single week, every single month. Now I'm going to share with you a part that nobody is telling you, and this is where it gets good. That same wind mitigation report, the one with the number on it that the insurance company is using to walk away from you, that's also leverage. Your leverage with a homeowner, or the seller, if you will. Because most sellers here in Florida know something that you probably don't know yet. They know that the insurance company is not going to insure it for the next person who's going to come along and write an offer on it either, or the one after that. And this is where things get really interesting, because the home is essentially unsellable to anyone using a mortgage until that roof gets dealt with. So the question becomes, who's going to replace it? And that answer almost every time is the seller. Sometimes that means a full roof replacement before closing. Sometimes it means a credit at closing, big enough to put a new roof on it. And which path you choose really depends on your specific situation. And that's the conversation you have to be able to navigate in real time. But the leverage, it really is in the buyer's hands, because no insurance means no sale, and every seller knows it. And that's the flip. And that's just one of the ways you can win in this scenario, because the same inspection the insurance company uses to back out of insuring you on this home is the same inspection that makes the seller put a new roof on the house if you know how to use it. And that's the catch, because most people don't. Most people don't even know that the wind mitigation inspection exists until they're already in the middle of their purchase. So now there's a second move that insurance companies are making, and this one is sneakier than the first. Let's say you get past the inspection. You've got insurance, you've closed on the house, you've moved in, everything is going great. A year goes by, it's insurance renewal time. Your insurance company sends you the renewal paperwork. The price went up a little, you expected that, you sign it, go back to your life. But what you might have missed is the one small change in the paperwork. They quietly switched you from something called replacement cost coverage on your roof to something called actual cash value coverage on your roof. And here's what that means to your wallet. Before, if a hurricane took your roof off, the insurance company was going to pay to put a new roof on. That's the replacement cost. But after the switch, if a hurricane takes your roof off, the insurance company is going to pay you what the old roof was worth the day before it blew off, which on your 12-year-old roof might be a third of what it actually costs to get your new roof replaced. So a $25,000 roof claim became an $8,000 check, and now you're out of pocket for the rest, $17,000. On a renewal you didn't even know was changing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, these types of things are happening across Florida. As a matter of fact, these are happening all over the country. This isn't a Florida exclusive thing. And here's the insidious part. There's no requirement that the insurance company calls you up and explains it to you. They just send you the paperwork. If you don't catch it, you signed it. So now you're insured, yes, but you're also really underinsured by a lot. And the worst part is you don't find out until the storm hits. All right, so I want to take a breath for a moment, because I walked you through two pretty dark scenarios and they seem really sticky and impossible to overcome. And I don't want to close out this video with you thinking that your move to Tampa Bay is impossible, because there are absolutely ways to win and absolutely ways to avoid the exact things that I just described to you. Now here's what people have not been talking about. The Florida insurance market is the most homeowner friendly it has been in the last 5 years. 17 new insurance carriers have entered Florida since the reform started in 2022. And I was just reading an article that 3 more were just about to be approved this week. The state-backed insurance program that was really run by Citizens Insurance, they're down 1.5 million policies to under 400,000 homeowners. And here's other news that most people don't talk about. Multiple carriers are actually filing for rate decreases for the first time in years. We've seen our auto decrease for the last 2 years. While our homeowners has stayed stable, it hasn't gone up, it also hasn't gone down. So this leaves you with the question, what does this mean for you? It means independent insurance brokers that actually want your business can shop your home across a lot more companies than they could even 2 years ago. Some carriers have pushed back the roof inspection thresholds to 25 or 30 years instead of 10. Some are even willing to look at older roofs with a clean wind mitt. So what that really means is the market is moving in our favor as Florida homeowners. But there is a catch. None of this helps if you walk into a trap. You can have 17 new carriers in Florida and they can all say no because the wind came back funny on the house that you fell in love with. The market gives you options, the process tells you how to use them, and the process should start before you even write an offer to purchase a home, not after it. So here's the thing that I want you to walk away with. The insurance problem in Florida is still real. I'm not gonna soft sell that for you, but it's also solvable. And the people who know how to solve it cleanly are the people who know what to look out for before they even get attached to a house. And we have a process for that. It's not magic. It's about knowing where the landmines are and walking you through them so you can make your own call about whether a house is worth the work or your investment of time and energy. Sometimes that answer is yes, let's negotiate the roof. Sometimes the answer is no, let's keep looking for a different house. Either way, it's your decision. And our role as a great real estate professional is to be a guide that keeps you from stepping on something you didn't see coming. And if you're planning to move to Tampa Bay and you want to actually understand what the insurance picture looks like before you fall in love with a house, that's exactly what we do in our buyer strategy sessions. If you look down below, you'll see a link down there. It'll take you right to our website. It'll ask you just a few basic questions, and then it'll actually give you access to my personal calendar where we can jump on a Zoom call. We'll walk you through the area, talk about the insurance challenges, how to mitigate them, and put yourself in the best possible position to make this relocation dream a reality without creating any unforeseen issues in the future. Because good guidance isn't about telling you what to buy. It's about making sure you see what's actually in front of you before you decide what home is best for you. If that's you, take me up on the Zoom call. If you still have more questions or you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button so you can see them. We drop them every single Saturday. As always, until next time, go out and live that Tampa life.